Hello everyone, welcome back to Quicks14Blog, Quicks14 here. Back to visualbasic.net, game design and programming vblog. It's been a while, but getting back to it pretty much right where we left off. We're starting to work on that dialogue class, getting it set up and getting it into effect. What you're going to see here is a lot of coding. Well, not a lot of coding, of course. I obviously have a lot of it cut up, and I do my best when I was actually doing it, explaining it out, kind of for you and for myself as I was figuring out. I did write out a lot of the basic structure of it on a piece of paper, like I mentioned before, I believe in the last vblog, and having that and a flowchart and a basic idea of what's in it helped to give me the basic structure for the class. But hopefully you'll get to see kind of how it is and how you can easily take this type of class and classes to do different types of things. And it's definitely an early start. This is fairly old, obviously, footage, so I'm trying to get back to it so I can get back to actually programming for you guys. There's a lot more to show you, but I'll go ahead and let me get back to it. I've got plenty more to say, so please stay tuned. Enjoy. Much coming up. Alright everyone, so what we've basically done here in this little function is simply we're creating the GUI based on the type that they set up, and it'll automatically be made and stored based on this here. I'm going to actually change our old dispose, and I'm actually going to modify it to what it used to be. Today's the 12th, sorry. So basically all we're going to do here is go me equals that isn't going to work. No, I'm just going to remove it because it doesn't do anything of importance, really. So we'll just do that. Anyway, so we've got this in place. This should allow us to create a new dialogue. I mean, it's pretty straightforward. Our optional here is yes, no, cancel. So if we do a confirmation dialog box, by default it's false, no, cancel. If you put true there, it'll make it yes, no, cancel instead of just yes, no. Pretty straightforward. Everything's being drawn with the same background, buttons. We have some differences here and there. We're going to add a blinking cursor so that way the user can see where he's supposed to type something in. By default it'll be there, and then that's going to take, of course, keyboard input. For the actual processing of this stuff, I don't think it can be done in this class. At least I honestly don't know. It'd probably be better to put it in the engine code, in the actual RPG engine instead, and just have it handle all the processing for these dialogue types. I think that might work better. Just have a simple function or sub or something. We are going to add another sub here to actually handle drawing it, and this will put it in a nice single envelope for us to use. So I'm going to go ahead and add that right now, really quick. Just basically dialogue draw. Doesn't take anything, and this will actually check, if me.visible equals true, then it's going to go ahead and draw it. Otherwise it'll just ignore it. This will make things easier on the code side for where we use it, so when we set it up and we make it and we run it and everything, we can just do the dialogue draw on it to make it show up. So excuse me. So basically all we're going to do is dialog dot background dot draw frame, and let's see here, for each elements first. I forgot the me part. so it'll automatically do all the drawing for us. No big deal. That'll make things a little easier. And this is our basic class. We will add more. There's obviously more to add, a lot more to add actually. We want to be able to change the like the confirm button dialogues, and I might make it where you can actually change all the names of the preset buttons, and of course modify the actual label text as well, even though that's pretty easy to do. But these specifically would make sense excuse me, to change. So that's basically what we're going to do. I want to add something else here. There's definitely more to add, but for now this is a decent start, I think, for our class. We obviously don't know if it's going to work at all. We're not even using it right now, but at least the basics are there for us to start using it. And probably the easiest one to check is the exit game in the main menu, and we can just throw a quick little GUI there for a confirmation dialog box, and that's probably what I'll do next to continue with this. I am going to stop at least this recording currently here today now, so I can get to some other stuff. I'll of course continue it, and like I said, depending on how this is cut up, you're probably going to go right into the next one. All for now, guys. Stay tuned, of course, more coming up. Hello everyone, welcome back. Getting right back into it, another day. Getting right back into this class here for our C dialogue. Getting ready to actually implement some of it, check it out, see how it works, see if we can get it working properly, or at least in the way that I want, and hopefully this will work out pretty well. So we've set it up, we've got the GUI elements in place, the different types, message box, input box, and of course confirm box. We're going to start with basically with the message box, or the confirm box, sorry, and we're going to stick that basically, why is that open? We're basically going to stick that in the main menu, and it's basically going to come up when somebody presses exit, or exit screen, or exit game, sorry, and it's going to pop up and ask to confirm. Exactly how I'm going to handle this and how this is going to be done, I'm not entirely sure yet. You're pretty much going to watch as I figure that out and get some sort of implementation in place. Like I said, something will probably go in the RPG engine, which will help do that for the dialog box. So let's go ahead and get to it, and we'll see what comes of it, and hopefully this will work out fine. If nothing else, we should at least be able to see what the message box looks like, and make sure we have our parameters and stuff set decently. Obviously, a lot of it is going to change as we continue on because of the different lengths and things of that nature. We need to know, when they've gone too far, maybe do a new line or a new label and stuff like that. More advanced things like that to make sure it works right. But for now, this will work. So yep, so that's the plan. So I'll just get right into it. So that's all I have for this part for you. Of course, there's plenty more parts for you guys, so please keep up to it. Really neat, exciting step coming with this class. It's a big deal, and it was a huge step for me learning wise, and hopefully you'll get to see basically how that is. As we're starting to get down to the end of this old footage, hopefully it may not be this blog, but it could be the next vblog for the game programming, that will actually start getting to some of the newer footage and new encoding, so you guys can actually see this better, and I can actually speed it up properly. But the class dialogue it was an interesting challenge, but has worked out amazingly well, and I hope you all enjoy seeing how that came together and how it came to implement it. The new drawing routine that I put into there was really good, and you're going to see a lot of switches and changes and fixes that I'm doing in the code as well as I'm working on this. So there's plenty more to see here, lots more, so please stay tuned. Make sure to check out the blog, and of course for the latest, check out the Chaos Rift forum. Stay tuned.